the wheels are wobbly for Georgia right now.
Welcome, friends and college football fans. Well, I guess they can be friends. Kind of hard sometimes. Kind of hard to be really friendly to Florida people. You have to be that way. You know, you see them and you got to talk to them and be friendly and listen to them for a minute. But it's so much nicer when you know they can't beat you. That's a good feeling. You know they can't beat you. And we've had that feeling. It was a gift. Manna from the sky. And we don't have it anymore. And I don't understand why that isn't upsetting. Why that isn't upsetting to more people. Maybe it's just me. I mean, I've followed a lot of bad teams in my time. Falcons, 70s, 80s, Braves. You name it. It's hard to get a winning team that you know can win. And when you have it, you want to keep it. I do. Just more fun that way when you win. And I've been trying to tell people that Georgia may not be headed in the direction of winning like they used to because they're performing different. I did a script. I did a whole script. I did a whole show on it. I wrote the script and thought it all out. Actually, I just used ChatGPT. It's okay to admit that, isn't it? No, I've heard of it. I know it could give me a script. And I will sometimes check to see what these kind of things offer in the way of a show format. And I always hate them. But I always get a good show. If I were to actually perform it, it would probably be a great show. Yeah, it's got a great script. I ask it questions that I'm concerned. It gives me intelligent answers. It gives me a script, but I don't ever follow it. Not even following it now, because right now, I'm not actually recording. This is what they call a dry run. We just talk about it. But we accidentally leave the record button on. And sometimes, I like that better than the actual show. To the extent I've never done one with that structure. Yeah, I could probably, using that, get better response from the public. I don't really think like that. The only thing I can come up with after reading that script that they gave me, and I checked for hours trying to find information to back up my point. All I wanted to know was, how did Georgia rank in the first half in scoring for the last 3 years? I really wanted to know. Where did we rank? And actually, we ranked better than I thought. Not much better, but actually better than I thought. And so when I actually do the show, I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do this one by the script. We're going to do one and not do what you usually hear is just this. I mean, when I was growing up, we had people on television talking about sports, and you learn really quickly they don't know what they're talking about. And so now everybody has a microphone. So what? But I'm not a professional broadcaster. I'm a fan. And I always had to listen to that drivel I get, listen to that noise I hear from the media. But the team doesn't always measure up. They don't know what they're talking about. They put sunshine where it wasn't naturally there. You get the point. We can edit most of this out, don't worry. I know we're in a hurry.
For you to be able to say,
We're the champions of the Southeastern Conference. That means something. Now, you might be the champion of some of these other conferences, and people are like, yes, and. But in college football especially, the fact that you can come out as a champion, that means something.
You guys earned the right to be here today. Remember where it all started at? Where'd it all start at? Right here, guys. First of the season. This game's about those 5 guys that been...
Okay. Yeah, back to the point. Point was, this if you hear any of this, it's because some guy with an editing machine liked the snippet. He goes, hey, yeah, you could do 30 seconds and put that on shorts and you can be famous. I don't care. I have one point I want to make. And most Georgia fans should want the same point. I want to win. But I like knowing I'm going to win better than hoping and wondering. Oh, that's just me, I guess. But once you've tasted that, you don't want anything else. They gave us Crown Royal. But now, I don't know what it tastes like moonshine. Not that I've ever had any moonshine. Only the legal kind you can get in North Georgia. I think I tasted some one time. It was horrible. But I was interested. It might make my tractor work better. Probably would. Back to the point. Like I said, nobody's ever going to hear this. We just do it. And then we take this and we try to use it in the show that you all hear. The audience out there. All of you. Every single one of you. I assume want your team to win. Anybody that feels differently, go ahead and leave. I don't think I'm going to make any sense to you. I hope I don't. I want to win. And when I know we can, I sure as heck want to win. But we're not doing it. We're winning, but we're not winning titles. And I can prove it to you that we're slipping. Now, I should have your attention. If I don't, then I don't have nothing. I can't conceive of anything that I would ever connect with you in. If you can't understand that you follow a team, you want it to win. Do you follow a team and want it to lose? I mean, maybe you do. I don't know. But to me, it's about winning. That's what it's about. And the best way to win is to outscore the opponent. That method has worked. That method has worked every time. Forget the numbers. It's worked every time. That's how you win. You score more points than the other guy. That even counts in lacrosse. I don't know anything about lacrosse, but I bet they keep points. They keep points some kind of way in any sport, and the one that gets the most points wins. That's how you win. So scoring is at least half the battle. It's actually
Is grabbed in the end zone by Harrison for an Ohio State touchdown, 31 yards. Got him a couple times in that route.
More than half the battle. But if it's half the battle, and you don't do it, you're losing half the battles. And you can't win them all losing half the battles. Okay, now I'm just rambling. I do have a script. I promise you. And it's organized. And I'm going to do that show. So I haven't started that one yet because these guys that know how to make your broadcast marketable tell you. Play along. This is where it should begin. When I start this show that describes Georgia's decline. The numbers back it up. Scoring in the first half. That's the subject. That's been the difference between taking home trophies and letting someone else have them. That's it. And that doesn't bother you? I don't have much to say to you except, have a nice day, bruh. I mean, but we can't talk football. We just can't. Me and you don't know the same ball. Because to me, playing ball is to win. Period. And if doing something doesn't add up to winning, you don't need to do it. And if you only need to do something else, you try to do that. I mean, it's a competitive thing. Other people want to win too. and to play around with your opponent and not score in the first. I thought we would be like 900th because we don't score in the first half, but they actually were better than I thought. But in 2022, we're the number one team scoring in the first half. Number one. Led the country in first half points. Averaged 21. I remember. I'll get the stat sheet. Don't worry. 21-22. Number one. Famous for winning games early. The games were always decided by the second quarter. Georgia jumped on teams. They were often ahead 28-3. Things like that. It was a common thing. They have a 21-point halftime lead. They scored in the first half. They started scoring, and they kept scoring.
The receivers, the ball comes out. He's stripped on the far side. Pile for the football. Georgia's got the ball.
What we do our scoring in the second half. And we just can't figure out why you can't do it in the first half, since doing that would make everything like it was when you were winning championships.
Nobody near him.
TCU. I mean, they got embarrassed so bad, I don't think those football players will show up for the rest of the semester.
And you don't seem to want to do that anymore. Just adding this up. Come on. You can be in the third grade to listen to the show. A first grader can understand what I'm talking about. It's not adding up. Why do we stop scoring in the first half? And why is it not a problem? Why has anyone gotten upset about it? No, no one's upset about it. Kirby's happy with this offense. He said so many times. And that's why you don't have a title. It's because you don't score in the first half. You get behind. You catch up. You win. That's not what Championship Georgia did. Not at all. It's the opposite of what they did. And that is why I get up here and talk to you people. I can't do anything about it, but surely somebody's noticed besides me.